The Vikings, fierce warriors, fearless explorers, and wearers of horned helmets, or so Hollywood would have us believe. But what if I told you the real Vikings were far more fascinating than their on-screen portrayals? Today, we're diving deep into the myths, the truths, and the Hollywood exaggerations of Viking history. Let's start with the basics. The word Viking didn't even mean a person. It referred to an activity, seafaring expeditions that could involve trade, exploration, or yes, the occasional raid. So, who were these people? The majority of Vikings weren't bloodthirsty raiders. They were farmers, fishermen, and craftsmen. They built thriving settlements like Hedeby and Birka, where they traded everything from furs to amber and even reached as far as Byzantium and the Middle East. Archaeological finds like the Oseberg ship reveal their incredible craftsmanship, and DNA studies show how their trade networks integrated with distant cultures. These were a people of adventure and adaptability. What about their religion? Hollywood loves to focus on grim sacrifices to Odin and Thor. But in reality, Norse mythology was a rich tapestry of gods, giants, and epic tales of creation and destruction. Yes, sacrifices happened, but they also valued poetry, storytelling, and a strong ethical code. The Vikings' spiritual worldview wasn't just about gods. It reflected their understanding of life, a balance of honor, fate, and the inevitability of Ragnarok, their version of the end of the world. Their society was just as intricate. It was divided into three classes: Jarls, Carls, and Thralls. And here's a surprising fact: Viking women enjoyed more rights than their contemporaries in many other parts of Europe. They could own land, manage farms, and even seek divorce. These weren't just warriors, they were people with laws, traditions, and a complex social hierarchy. And now let's talk about the Vikings we see in movies and TV shows. From The Vikings, 1958, to Vikings and The Last Kingdom, Hollywood has given us an unforgettable image of these Norsemen. But how accurate is it? First up, the infamous horned helmet. Hate to break it to you, but it's a complete myth. Real Viking helmets were practical, conical, made of iron, and entirely hornless. This idea likely came from 19th century operas, where they needed something dramatic for the stage. Then there's the portrayal of Vikings as relentless raiders. Sure, they raided, but not indiscriminately. These expeditions were strategic, targeting wealthy and poorly defended sites like monasteries, and for every raid, there were dozens of peaceful trade missions and settlements. Hollywood also loves to show Vikings as hyper-masculine warriors, but the truth is more nuanced. Women played significant roles, not just as shield maidens, but also as leaders and settlers. The Vikings' success wasn't just about brute strength, it was about strategy, technology, and resilience. So why does Hollywood lean so heavily on these tropes? It's simple. Spectacle, horned helmets, bloody raids, and brooding warriors sell tickets. But what gets lost in the process is the richness of Viking culture. Artifacts like the Gokstad ship or written records from the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle reveal a very different picture. And while shows like Vikings do touch on some historical truths, like the clash of cultures between Norsemen and Saxons, they're still designed for entertainment, not education. That said, these portrayals have sparked a wave of interest in Viking history. Museums in Scandinavia have seen record visitors, and more people are diving into academic studies about the Norse world. So what can we learn from all this? The real Vikings were complex, innovative, and far more than the Hollywood caricature of horned raiders. By looking at their history with a critical eye, we can appreciate their achievements, understand their culture, and separate fact from fiction. And maybe next time you watch a Viking movie or show, you'll know what's real, what's exaggerated, and what's just plain made up. After all, the truth about the Vikings is even more fascinating than the myths. So if you enjoyed this journey, give us a like, share it with your fellow history buffs, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a deep dive into the past.